欢迎来到华尔街透视 Wall Street Review 的频道。本期内容深入探讨2026年美国农业面临的经济脱钩危机。Welcome to Wall Street Review. Today we dive deep into the 2026 U.S. agricultural economic decoupling crisis. Right now, Americans are spending a staggering amount of money on groceries. In 2024, total U.S. food spending reached a record $2.58 trillion. When shoppers see inflation at the checkout line, the natural assumption is that these record-high prices filter back to the people growing the food. Based on USDA data, out of every consumer dollar spent, American farmers capture exactly 5.8 cents after production expenses. For crop producers, growing wheat, corn, and soy, the share hit a historic low of 2.5 cents, due to depressed commodity prices and rising input costs. This is the definition of economic decoupling. The financial success of the retail food industry has effectively severed its link to the farm, creating a system where corporate retail growth can continue, even as the producers themselves face insolvency. When the producer of the raw commodity receives just 5.8 cents, it leaves 94.2 cents unaccounted for, a massive portion of the food dollar extracted by every entity that touches the product after it leaves the farm gate. The USDA's marketing bill measures post-farm gate costs. Processing, transportation, packaging, and wholesale distribution immediately absorb 88.2 cents of every dollar. Looking at the primary factor bill, salaries and benefits emerged as the dominant cost driver in 2024, consuming 54.1 cents of every food dollar. Structural shifts in consumer demand toward convenience have diluted the primary producer's share. As more value is generated through processing and branding, the vast majority of economic value is transferred to logistics and downstream labor. Economists describe this as the value-added trap. The more a raw agricultural product is processed or prepared, the less economic value returns to the farm gate. For minimally processed goods, like fresh eggs, the farmer captures roughly 69 cents on the dollar because the product requires very little intervention between the farm and the store. Highly processed foods tell a different story. For bakery products, the farmer who grew the wheat receives less than 5 cents. The remaining 95 cents is consumed by the millers, industrial bakers, and retailers who handle the post-farm manufacturing. In the modern economy, the farmer has become a negligible cost factor in their own industry, with packaging and branding now serving as the primary drivers of profit. Logistics are only one part of the problem. Extreme market consolidation has stripped farmers of their pricing power, leaving them as price takers in a system where they have little leverage. Farmers are squeezed from above by highly consolidated input suppliers. These corporations hold massive influence over the costs of seeds, fuel, and fertilizer, allowing them to keep production expenses high even when commodity prices fall. At the same time, they are squeezed from below by oligopolistic buyers. Massive meat-packing conglomerates and large-scale retailers control the market access, dictating the rock-bottom prices they will pay for raw commodities. Trapped between these forces, the farmer is forced to absorb all the financial risk of crop failure or market volatility, with no ability to pass those costs on to the next link in the chain. This structural extraction of wealth allows corporate middlemen to capture the primary profit margins, leaving the rural economy to face mounting bankruptcies while absorbing the entire industry's financial risk. To address this market failure, lawmakers have advanced the Farm, Food, and National Security Act of 2026. The bill aims to correct the imbalance by expanding access to low-cost financing for agricultural storage infrastructure. This allows farmers to hold their inventory and time the market, rather than being forced to sell to corporate buyers at harvest time lows. Lawmakers are also pushing for country of origin meat labeling as a transparency tool. By identifying domestic products, the goal is to give local producers a competitive pricing edge against consolidated multinational importers. These provisions establish a structural safety net designed to protect American food sovereignty by insulating domestic producers from systemic market failures. Beyond federal policy, some producers are escaping the corporate squeeze through direct-to-consumer models. Local food cooperatives and farmers markets allow them to sell directly to the public. While these models grow more slowly due to intensive labor requirements, they allow producers to bypass corporate middlemen entirely.
Producers who recapture the retail markup through direct sales often maintain significantly lower debt-to-asset ratios. This financial independence translates to much higher business survival rates compared to those in traditional wholesale markets. Rebalancing the distribution of the food dollar serves as a macroeconomic prerequisite for a secure American food system, ensuring that the primary production of food remains financially viable for the next generation. 免责声明：本音频视频内容仅用于信息分享与学术探讨。Disclaimer: The content of this video is for informational and academic discussion purposes only. 如果您觉得本期内容对您有启发，欢迎关注视频号“华尔街透视”，并请您点赞、转发。If you found this insightful, please follow Wall Street Review, like, and share.